Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the CZ P-10M. I was able to get this gun pre-released from CZ, so I was able to get some rounds through it and get a video made once it was released so I can give you guys my thoughts real quick. This is not a review where I've shot a bunch of rounds through it and I'm going to give you my full thoughts after testing it. This is just a first looks video to give you guys a quick overview of the gun and my initial thoughts after shooting it with a couple mags. So that being said, let's take a look at this gun top to bottom, taking a look at the P-10M. So the sights on this are just some normal 3 dots, nothing fancy. They're not night sights, they're not tritium, they're not fiber optic, they're just very basic metal sights. They look very durable, like nothing's ever going to move them or have any issues with them. And I found them to be pretty accurate for the shooting that I was doing, which I'll show you guys a little bit later here, a video of my first mags. The slide itself has some nice texturing to it, so you can manipulate your gun in different ways. It has that same styling and look as a lot of the CZ handguns do, like your P-10C or P-10F. It keeps that same design. So it looks nice on the gun, and it does allow you to manipulate your gun a little differently. The barrel is cold hammer forged, and from the shooting that I did, seemed accurate. Like I said, that's going to be something I'm going to find out later in the review process, is how accurate this is and how good the barrel is. Not really something that I can mention right now, but the shooting that I did, it shot really where I was aiming for the most part, unless I did something wrong. So the frame is going to be polymer, and you do have a rail mount here, so you can put flashlights or accessories on the bottom there. I like that companies are really putting this on a lot of these smaller guns. In the past, you didn't see as much accessory rails on the bottom here. I like that companies are coming out with these stock like this, because there's a lot more lights on the market that you can put on guns that are smaller for this size of gun. So definitely something I want to see when companies are coming out with a new gun, is making sure that they're putting the rail mounts here. Something that I might see in the future. I don't know if it's something that they're looking into, but I would like to see an optics cut for this, like a lot of other companies have been doing. The plate system like they have here on the competition and the P-10C. I'd like to see that on this one. I don't know if that's something they're looking into, or maybe they're going to release a little bit later, but for right now, this one does not have it that I know of, so I would like to see that coming out in the future. Now for the trigger. It is nothing fancy. It's nothing that's going to blow you away. It's a pretty normal stock trigger. Here's the reset. It's got a little bit of a gritty reset, but I don't like to talk too much about triggers in the first look video, because I like to see if it breaks in and how I like it later on after shooting the gun a lot more. So there's the reset for those of you that are curious about it. Some people don't care, but for those of you that do, that is it. So pretty basic stock trigger that comes with most guns. Now for the grip. For the texture, it is going to be pretty much the same as most CZ handguns, so if you're familiar with those, you're going to really know what this feels like. Now size-wise, it is very thin. It's a single stack, and it's small. I have small hands. I'm able to get all my hands on this gun fairly comfortably. My pinky is on the handgun, maybe a little bit off, but if you got bigger hands, you might have an issue with your pinky staying on. Something I'd like to see CZ do is add a little longer base plate, maybe add 2 more rounds and give yourself a little bit more room. Maybe something right there. It's really not going to take away from the concealability, and if you want it even smaller, just put the other mag in. It comes with 2 7-round mags. I would like to see some more capacity. That's why I'd really like to see an extra base plate. Maybe one of those 2 mags be a 9-rounder, the other one be a 7-rounder, and give you the option to choose between which one you would like. Now, something you're going to notice about this is it does not have any features here on the side other than the magazine release. So it does not have a slide stop or slide release. That is something that they decided to go with because they wanted a really sleek design. So it does have a very sleek design, and they accomplished that, but it's going to be something, maybe a learning curve for those of you that are really used to hitting that to reload your gun, or just something that you're used to. So it's going to be a learning curve if that's something that you're going to worry about, but it's something I want to mention that they did remove that. So with more rounds, I'll be able to tell you if that was a good decision or a bad decision in my mind, but it is very sleek, and it really doesn't have anything to snag against. So that's kind of cool that the gun has absolutely nothing on either side. So I'm curious to see how I like that and what I think of that later on. The MSRP of this is $500 at the time of filming this. So that might go down, it might go up, I don't know, but that is the price that I was given at the time of filming this. I will be able to tell you guys more if I think that's worth it or not worth it when I get into the full review and shoot more rounds through this. So here's a quick video to show you my first magazines through this gun and what I thought about it after shooting it. Hey guys, I'm out here with the new CZ P-10M. Gonna be trying to shoot this for the first time, first mags through it, see what I think. All right, let's go for an easy shot first. I say that, I'm probably gonna miss it. All right, so we only got a 7-round capacity, so you got a single stack mag. Actually, there is no slide release. There we go. All right, let's just see if we can go for a 50-yard shot. Let's just go right for it. try one more. All right, got it. So pretty decent sights on the thing. I mean, it's not something that I'm gonna be super confident in 50 yards with, but we're able to hit it. Let's go for 40, see if we can get that. So yeah, not bad. I like the sights on it. It's pretty simple. It feels really comfortable in my hand. And when guns like this size, usually they feel really snappy. And in my hand, this doesn't feel that way. The trigger, nothing really super special with it for me that I've noticed, but I really like the recoil on this. It doesn't feel crazy snappy like most guns do of this size. All right, let's go for the 40. There we go. Good way to end it. So yeah, not nearly as snappy as I thought it was going to be. Sights are pretty good. The gun is somewhat comfortable in my hand for being so small. As you guys know, I'm not really a big fan of tiny guns like this. So it is pretty small. Really good for concealed carry, but I would love to see an extension just in the future. So we'll see what they do. I keep wanting to hit that slide release, but there is none. So you just gotta, well, I've got no ammo in it. There we go. So something I got to get used to not clicking. So like I said, out at the range, when I got this gun at first, especially without the magazine, it is very top heavy. And I think that's why it is not nearly as snappy as I thought it was going to be, because a lot of the guns of this size seem to be super snappy and have a really bad recoil. This one, I just didn't feel like it had so bad of a recoil. So I really like that about it. I'd like to see what I think later on after more rounds shooting through it, if this breaks in even more and maybe gets even more flat. But I did like the recoil because it felt very controllable. The sights, again, they're nothing super special, but they're accurate enough that I can shoot up to 50 yards, but they do seem very durable. So other than that, guys, this is the P-10M. That was just a quick overview to show you guys the gun itself. And if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments and I will go over them during the review that I make for this gun. But I'm excited to try to test this one out. So I'm testing this, the P-10F competition. If you guys are curious about this gun, this thing's pretty crazy and I'm really excited about testing this one. I have a video, you guys can go to like here and watch that video if you would like to see the overview of that one, along with the P-10C that I'm testing. So testing all three of these guns from CZ. This is the one that I'm a little curious about. So the P-10F competition along with the P-10C, once I handled them, shot them, I really like them. I think they're comfortable guns, and I think I'm really gonna like them as long as they continue to shoot well and have no malfunctions. This is the one that I'm curious about. I'm really excited to see how testing goes with this one and what I think about this gun and how it performs with more rounds through it, and to see if this is something that I would personally carry and maybe move another gun out of the position and start carrying this one. So we will see. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to help out the channel and the things that I do here, there's a couple ways to do that down in the description. There are some discount codes from companies that I trust you can use to save some money, along with a link to my website. From there, you can go to other websites like Brownells, Aero Precision, Premier Body Armor. Anything you use in those links does help out the channel a ton, and I appreciate that. If not, I just appreciate you guys being here, liking, sharing, subscribing. That helps as well. Another company that supports me is Howitzer. Really love this company and the things they do. They donate 5% of proceeds to charity, and they've donated a ton of money, and they do a lot of really cool things for law enforcement, military vets, and things like that. So really appreciate these guys. Another company is TA Targets. I really love this company and the things they do. I have a bunch of their targets out at my range, and you can use code Tactical Advisor to save 10% off there. So big thank you to CZ for sending these guns out pre-release, so I was able to get some rounds through them and make a video once it was released, so you guys can see a video right away, opposed to a couple weeks, maybe a month down the road. So that helped out a ton, and I really like it when companies do that. It's a huge help to the channel and a huge help to you guys, the viewers, that get to see these videos right when it comes out, so you can make a decision if you want to get one or not. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions about the review process about these, or what you would like to see in the review, or some questions answered, let me know and I will do that in the full video. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all.